Okay. Welcome back to EFC TV. This is the it's a new topic. I'm really trying out and I want to see how it goes. I'm hoping it does well because I want to do more things, obviously. And I think, if you know, I was looking online. I was looking on not online. I was looking on social media, and I was looking on social media and YouTube as well. As we all do really, and and people going about Goodison Park. I thought, I'll talk about like my top 10 Goodison Park memories, or like ones that wasn't. I think like the ones I could probably better remember as you were. But yeah, obviously talking about that as well as that because one as well as that. So as well as that, yeah. So yeah, okay, yeah. And like what and I think a video like video ideas for the channel. I think what can we do something different than before, and I'm thinking oh, so that it's incredible, really. Yeah, obviously, yeah. That's right. If I was to say one now, okay. Remember, you know what, guys? I've seen. I see. You know what? As never told you, I've seen us have some really bad times. I've seen us have some really not good times, but I've seen us have some good times. I've seen that. I've seen many interesting things that I've seen many interesting things at our below ground. No, I think okay. So I think obviously, yeah. Okay, so I think obviously ever since, obviously not ever since they've gone, but ever since obviously one thing I think sadly because we're leaving Goodison Park in what was it like 1 week, about 2 weeks we're leaving Goodison Park, not 2 weeks, I believe some like not 1 week things like something like we're leaving Goodison Park, obviously in the fan there, obviously we'll be leaving Goodison Park. Obviously, I think on our last fan home game against Southampton, that'll be our last ever home game. Really, we could go to because after that, I think after that season, we'll be moving to Ramble Talkies because one. I don't know what it was, but I think so. I thought, you know what? Let's just do like a memory thing, like all the memories from. Not memories, but it's like just some of the best memories from Goodison Park. No, because there's quite a lot of them. Listen, right, if I'll say my best memories at Goodison Park, I'd probably say seeing Cameron score obviously scoring an equalising goal against Chelsea, and obviously I think this is about what either 2011, I think it's either 2011 or 2000, I think it's either 2011, 2000, I think it's either 2011 or 2012 because I think the moment because I think at that time we just signed Cameron from Belgium, as you were. I think at that time he was like probably the biggest player that had the massive potential to become like a really not massive good. I think he had a potential to become a good player, and I thought, what, he's amazing. Because one, I think even now, still in me. No, I'm not gone, but obviously I think in my loft, obviously upstairs in the loft, I've actually got an Everton top with the things. Oh, amazing, they're nice. With the Everton badge and the night tickets you were like that with the name camera on the back of it. Oh, mate, it looks so nice. I was like, man, I still got enough. I think it's gonna be a painter, but it's still beautiful. I love it. I think the writing's a bit one of it now, but just an amazing one, amazing. Obviously, I think probably my best memory. I think like the first and probably best memory was that one, and I've also seen a few. I've seen obviously seen Lukaku score a few goals at home against us. And listen, I've seen Lukaku obviously score goals for us at home. I've seen that. I've seen many interesting things. But I feel like I've never done. I've seen many interesting things like that. But again, if I was to say if I was to say probably the best one, probably would be that one again. But I've seen other great ones. I've seen us play. I've seen us play in the. I think back then we were still in Europa League. I think back then I was okay. But okay. Then I've also seen us play. I've also seen the Everton. I think like back then they were called the Everton 23s. I think now Everton 21, Everton 21s as you were. But I've also seen the Everton and back then they were called Everton 23s. I've seen the Everton 23s beat Liverpool. Not gonna be. I think Liverpool actually beat Everton to 23 at the time, and obviously Everton won the Premier League 2 title. I remember saying that. And listen, not here obviously. I've actually got a match program. It's not here now, but it's in the box over there. I've got it's actually in my book in my room as you were. It's actually in my book in my room as you were. I've got a program. It's just like the Premier League 2, and it was quite. There's a lot of players on that squad. That's not going. It's like I'm not messing around. I really don't like. I might get on now because all these players now have gone retired. Not about like retired and gone places and playing from clubs. Look, yeah, it's mad though because it's crazy. Because one, I remember. You know what? I remember seeing us play. You know what? I remember seeing us play in Europa League against teams like Wolfsburg. I remember seeing us play against teams like Lille. I remember seeing. I remember us playing at home versus no, actually at home. Yes, yeah. You know what? I actually remember us playing Europa League at home to Lille. I remember us playing at home in the Europa League against Lille, Wolfsburg again. Amazing goal because one. There's something. I think like they're. I think. Listen, if I was saying one of the best atmospheres I ever heard, Wolfsburg, or like the atmosphere they bought. I think the Wolfsburg fans, the way sport, oh my god, the sound of scrum was like wow, like thighs, like proper next level. I was like wow, that's amazing. It was. That's what. Okay, so guys, yeah, but so okay, sorry for that. Okay, as well as that, I also think, right. I think probably if I think it's over a great moment, wherever I've seen us play. I think like probably one of the worst. I think like probably one of the worst games of football I've seen at Goodison Park is obviously sadly the day that obviously we lost Howard Kendall. That game was absolutely horrible. That game Richie was. That game was, I think, probably the worst game of football I've watched. I obviously watched us play at home against us Man United. I think on the day is a reset day because obviously on the actual day, then I think the news broke in the morning that obviously our legendary manager, our former legendary manager, Howard Kendall he passed away, and obviously I think, but okay, so I think. So I can't remember. I think it was like the day before we played Man United at the time. I think it was the day before we played Man United in that season. Not day before. The day before. I think day before. Obviously not gone, but I think so. Things like okay. So okay. Obviously, I think it's like something like the day before. I think it's either the day. I think on the day I do. I think that's not on day, but it's on day. Yeah, but so okay. So I think so that okay. I actually remember things the morning of that game. We've seen the news came through, and I think that on the Everton, obviously that not Everton, but I think it's on, and I think on news or I can't remember now. But that Howard Kendall, obviously probably our greatest manager of all time, Howard Kendall, passed away, and that game for me was just I was not okay. You know what? That's never turned around. Not just me. I think most Evertonians will say it, but again, the worst game I've seen Goodison Park was that one. And that game was so bad, so horrible. Oh, it was. I'm not messing around. It was like, and like I think for that entire game, we were just sound quiet. Not sound quiet. I think we were noisy. We made noise. We made not as big. Obviously, we made some noise. We did what we don't do, but at moments in that game it was quiet because it was just like we've lost someone who was a great player. Not great player, not just great player, but obviously great player, great manager, obviously great human being as well. And obviously lost him. Obviously he sadly died. It was and I'm thinking, well, I never okay. So as well as that, right? He also managed us. I think he managed us. He managed us 3 times. Yeah, he came back in '94. I think. Yeah. Then obviously he came back again. Things he not bad. I think. And obviously he came back for the first book, which they shouldn't have done. But again, personally, I wouldn't have done it. But again, obviously I'm not. But again, obviously he decided to come back. Which I think me personally is brilliant. But again. And then I think probably the worst memory was that one because it really was just an awful game for football because it was. And then also, I think there's like other games I remember seeing some like a few good games. I've seen us had a few interesting good games. We've had. I think we got a few results in the game. I think we won one. I think we won one. We lost one of them. But I think we won one. Then we lost one of them. And I think so. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. So I think. Okay, so I feel like probably the game that not game I'm gonna, but I feel like somebody. So I felt, yeah, you know what I mean. It's really weird sometimes because again, I try and remember, like the memories because I just can't remember it. I think there's moments, I think there's like a few good moments in some of the games I've seen. When my dad got a game. I think like moments I was like, I think there's moments like when I was like I think a teenager at the time. I think like before I was not anyway. I was going to listen, I was going to mention something. I won't mention it because I might get into something. But again, you know what I mean. I think. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. It's really weird because I think like there's moments and memories I can remember, but some I can't. It's just mad. I remember the Chelsea one. I remember that one. I remember listen. I remember us playing down with Kiev and then down Kiev, yeah. And okay, I think so. I think there's other memories like I remember like when we played. I think it was like I think we played in the quarter. I think we played at home versus down with Kiev. I think it was like the quarter final or knockout rounds of like I think it's like either knockouts or quarter finals of like the I think it's Europa League. I think now it's Europa League. It is, but I think obviously, and this is before they had the Europa Conference by any chance. Obviously Europa League, and I remember Dynamo Kiev, like I believe, like top, like the first and was the top team in their league, and they were like I think they were running away that league. They were winning usually. Basically, I remember us playing, and they basically just outplayed us, and they beat us on the day. And I was like, fair enough, they beat us. And I was angry, man, because I was, but and I'm not missing like moments like that. You go, oh yeah, I remember that one. And as well as that, I think. So yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I think like, and I think like weird thing. I think like, I haven't got a lot of great ones, but I think my daddy's got a lot more great memories of. Because one, he remembers seeing the legendary Everton player, Alan Ball play there. He remembers seeing many other great players. He's seen a lot more than I have personally because he has. But again, like I said before, I think. Like you might as well, like if you've got like great memories of, I remember this, remember that, it's great brain to it. But if you're not, it's not brain to it. It's one of these weird, it's a really weird thing because I remember some very good moments where we had again, I think moments like in the Premier League where we've got wins, and I think where we got wins at home and we got lost, where we got beat at home. Again, no, I've got quite a lot of them off because one, but I think like if I was saying me top 10, so basically we've got 1, 2, 3. So basically, I think if I'm right, that's about. I think if I'm right, I think that's about 3. I think I can't remember now. It's about 3. So basically, I think you got 3 there. So again, if I was to say any more memories to think of, I'm trying to think some more. I think you know what I remember us. Getting a few. I also can't remember. I think it's top 3. I think top 3, maybe top 3. But again, because one, like I said, 4. Because one, I remember seeing Lukaku score. A goal obviously in the final home game of that season. And again, I think the final home game of that season. I think it was the final game of the season as well, if I'm right. He basically look at. I think that sorry. Obviously, I think at the time Lukaku was still playing for us. I think at the time Lukaku was either on loan from us or we permanently bought him, and I think he went to Man United, I believe. Basically, we bought him. No, not bought him. I think we bought him the season before that. I think we had loan prior to that, and then we had him on that. We bought him the season after, and basically, I think with Lukaku, I think in that season, basically, I think he scored like I think it's like the final, home game or the final home game or final game. So I can't remember now. I think we played at home versus. I can't remember who played, but I know played, so I can't remember who it was though. Basically, we scored. Basically, I think that game was the one. I think like Lukaku had a really good chance, and he just goes and scores. I was like, wow. I don't know that. I haven't got any more, but I used to have an Everton top with Lukaku on it, and just because I remember Lukaku playing, he's amazing. Because one, in my opinion, I felt Ron Lukaku was brilliant football thrower. He's a brilliant football throws. Again, he probably wasn't good for Chelsea. Obviously, I don't know why it was him. He just didn't work out. It's a weird thing, isn't it? I shouldn't talk about that, but you know what I mean. I don't get it. Weird. Because I think sorry. I remember that. I remember a few moments because one that'd be fast for that. So I've got a few more to get else. I'm trying to think some more memories. I think there's a few of those. I remember. I think there's actually moments back. I think it's like back in either 2015. I think it's like 2014, 2015. I think it's like the 2014-15 season or 15, 16. I can't remember now. Basically, I also remember us under obviously under RB. I'm saying his name. We all know we're meant to have said that. We all know who that is. Spanish waiter. That's exactly who he is. A bit of. Listen, if I was saying probably the worst manager I've seen us have, obviously worst manager to have worst game because I'd probably say RB had the worst one. Did, and I think Koeman's first season was good because it was, but Koeman's second season was absolutely terrible. Awful. It was just like, I think especially at home we couldn't win a game off because I think at the time we got into Europa League again and we started doing well in that, and it was like, but again in the second season we actually eventually ended up getting knocked out Europa League, and I think we ended up playing the side from I think they were either Italian or Greek. I think we played away to either Greek or Italian team. I can't remember now. I think we played away to Apollo Limassol or whatever the club's name is. Basically, I think the club's name is Apollo Limassol. I think the club name. That's the Apollo Limassol. Forgot now. That was the year. Okay. So okay. But okay. So that's your second one. So as well as that, obviously one. I remember us playing away to obviously I think we played Prattle Limassol away. We knocked out at that point, but we played and we won, and it was like, how come we didn't do that in the season? You know, it's going to pop me. It's going to pop me. It's not really. Oh, okay. So I do apologize for swearing then. I didn't mean to swear. I really didn't mean to swear. That I didn't mean. Awesome. Okay. So let's not forget as well, I want to really, really serious apologize for swearing then. I didn't mean to. It accidentally came out. I'm so sorry for swearing. I didn't mean to. I really didn't mean to swear. I seriously, honest God, I didn't mean to swear then. I'm so sorry for doing it. I didn't mean it. It just comes out. I do apologize for that. Obviously, yeah, as I said, because one, you know what, I've seen some interesting memories of Goodison Park, I have, but you know what, I'll always miss Goodison Park, because one, obviously, I think, listen guys, obviously, I can't think of any more Goodison Park memories, because I think I've got a few, but I can't remember. So, listen, I've seen a few of ones, but I can't remember what they are. So, obviously, you know what, one right. I do remember a few ones, but I can't remember them right now. I know what they are, just can't remember them. I've seen a few of us, again, a few good ones, but again, if I was to say maybe the top, because one, I can't say top 10 because there's not a many there, is it? I'd probably say maybe top 4 or top 5, yeah, that'd be top 4, top 5, yeah, it's mad. It's really mad, obviously, yeah. Okay, obviously, yeah. You know what? I think the weird thing with us leaving Goodison Park, and I think I'm like so I was like the final day I think on the final day when we played Southampton at home in the last. I think obviously when we played Southampton on the final day of the season, not fantasy, I say fantasy, yeah. Okay, so let's say fantasy, yeah. Okay. Fantasy, yeah. You know what? I think the weird thing is, the weird thing is when we play Southampton and I was in our final home game of the season, our final home game at Goodison Park as well. You know, it'd be weird because I'm not messing with really weird because one you're gonna go, oh yeah, I remember sitting there, I remember walking down there. It'll be really weird. Like I'm not messing with really weird. You know, just walking down there for the last time, walking through the last time, going to this place for the last time, and doing all that stuff. And as well as that, right, you go, oh yeah, I remember that, and it's like, oh, I remember that. I'll forget. I'll miss that, and you'll miss certain things. Like, oh yeah, I'll miss them. Just go everyone come through here. Oh, it's mad because Goodison Park, by the way. Listen, right. Okay. Also, yeah. That's a good point, yeah. That's a good point. That's a good spot, yeah. So that's a good point. That's a good point, yeah. But I think the weird thing Goodison Park, you know what? I think this part's Goodison Park, we're all gonna mess, but probably for me, the part I'm going to miss is probably like, no, I feel like not well, listen, listen, I was going to say something because I won't say it because I might get in trouble. I'm not going to say it both because one, like I said, but I like to say both because one, there is, I think for all of us, there's going to be part we're all going to miss. Could I be the lower gladdy where you sat as a kid and all that, or the upper gladdy where you sat as a teenager, whatever, or adult, whatever. You sit there now, I don't know, or any part of the ground you're going to go, oh yeah, I'll miss that bit now, I miss that. But yeah, it's a very so what? Obviously, it's a very interesting thing we talk about both because one, that's will I miss Goodison Park? Definitely, Listen, right, am I happy? Okay, so am I happy to leave Goodison Park? God, no, I don't want to leave Goodison Park. But again, like I've said, I've seen when the ground stuff will happen and all stuff like that, moving and all stuff because work. In football now, you have to move on. Obviously, football now is obviously I think in the modern game of football now, I think in the modern game of football now, you gotta move on. You can't live in the past. You gotta move on with the future and all that as well. Because one, is it gonna be sad? Yeah, it is. Am I gonna miss Goodison Park? I definitely am miss it because I love Goodison Park because I do. But there you go. But as well as because one, I think a lot. But okay, so okay, obviously I think a lot. Okay, obviously I think a lot of. Okay, so I think goodbye. That's good spot. That's a good spot. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, that's a good. That's good. Obviously, that's a good spot. Yeah. But I think. But so I think. Okay. So I think. But I think. But I think. Okay. So I think. But I think the thing Goodison Park is right. We all love Goodison Park. Definitely. I think. You know what? As I never told him. Believe me, guys. I love Goodison Park. Goodison Park death because I do, and I really. You know what? As I never told him right. I absolutely love Goodison Park death because I do. Because one, I think there'll be parts of Goodison Park I'll miss, and I think most of us will probably same thing in there. We'll all miss a part of Goodison Park. We'll all miss like a certain bit of the ground we'll miss, and all that. It's just one of these things you gotta go, wow. We're gonna miss some parts of it, but again, we understand why we're moving because one, so we could make a lot more money really, so we can actually afford to buy the bigger better players who could get us into Europa League, Europa League Conference, or even Champions League maybe. That's obviously a dream because it is, but or even go for a Premier League title maybe one day. You never know, it could happen. It could happen. I feel like Leicester they won Premier title. That was I remember that season mad though, but yeah, it was really just just crazy. But yeah. I said four, yeah. Obviously, guys, let me know your thoughts, comments below. Obviously, what you remember is, do you remember certain places to the ground you sat or didn't sit? Or do you think walking in an area? I really, guys, looked at, you know what, guys, I'd really love to know your thoughts. Do you know, is there a memory you remember? Is there like a moment the ground, is there a part of the ground you'll miss when we go, or there won't be a bit part? Or is the people around you going to miss? And I remember, I know, because one, I'm not an because one, I just remember a few now, I remember sitting around a few people, great people. Obviously, sadly, the fellow died at the game. Obviously, I remember sitting, not next to him, but in front of him. Yeah, not from my fingers. He was sat behind me, and brilliant guy. Yeah, it was a really interesting, thing. Of course, one, but obviously, I love my thoughts. Obviously, okay. Obviously, I see. Obviously, yeah. Obviously, as well. Yeah. Obviously, guys. So that's not so tough. Okay. As I was saying before, right? Obviously, guys, I'd love to know your thoughts on your comments as well as that, right? I'd also love to know like what memories do you remember sitting as the upper Glad Street, the lower Glad Street, or the top balcony or wherever? Do you remember sitting there, or do you remember sitting I don't know somewhere else in the ground? And do you remember walking in an area of the ground, or do you remember that area? Do you remember like that area? Do you remember an area somewhere else in the ground, or anything like that? I'd love to know your thoughts as well. I really would. And obviously, will you miss Goodison Park as much as I will? Not I will, gone but. Obviously, will you miss? Will you miss Goodison Park as much? Okay, and also let me know, will you miss parts of Goodison Park as much as other Evertonians? Okay, listen. As well as that, also, it is, are you, when we leave Goodison Park, are you going to think about it? Are you going to think about Goodison Park? Are you going to miss? Oh, not. Listen, I can't say miss. I think we're all going to miss because we are. But because one is the part of the ground that you'll miss. Is the part of the ground that you'll miss when we leave Goodison Park? Isn't there? Is there? Obviously, obviously, what Everton game do you remember seeing? Do you remember what was your first Everton game? My first Everton game was actually we played at home with Aston Villa, and I think at the time I was a kid, so I actually scored when Aston Villa scored. I scored guys, don't go back, right? Okay, so don't score guys, don't even go back because no, I've go, yeah. Okay, listen, guys, listen, guys, don't go comment. Okay, listen, guys, don't let me. Okay, guys, don't have pop or leave me comments. That's the one. No, that's gone up, but listen, guys, don't give me any gleeful comments about that me doing that because one at the time as a kid, so I didn't know. At the time as a kid, so I didn't know. I did apologize for doing that. I don't mean to do it, but it's just like what I mean. Okay, like what I mean. Like, when you're a kid, right? You do something stupid like that. It's like, oh, why did you do that for? But yeah, no, obviously. Listen. Listen, guys. I love to know your thoughts as well. Obviously, do you remember some not great ones I remember the relegation match? Do you remember something like that? Like I remember, or obviously you're a young Everton like I am to the moment. Obviously, Dad, he's seen more things like most of mine has. But again, I've just loved to know your thoughts and your memories and all that. I've just loved to know what they are. Obviously, we got the match preview coming out on the obviously we got the match preview coming out. I think that's the match preview as well. Yeah, bit of forget not. That's the forget as well. Yeah, obviously guys, obviously let me know your thoughts, comments below, and also forget as well. I want to give a shout out to Mark Doyle MC2, and now I'll try and get this right. This listen, all. I don't know if. Okay, listen, I don't know that. Obviously, don't know who left the comments. Listen, I say his name. I think it's Film. I think it's Filmy or some of these 1980. 9898, I think his name is, yeah. Can't remember that, but obviously one. I want to give a shout out to him as well. Also, film me, obviously. I do apologize if you got any name wrong. I don't mean to. I've seen it, I just can't remember. I think it's like that. Just let me know, right? Because I'll really want to know. Okay, good. Okay, look, listen, if you want to see great videos like of match reviews, match reactions, my live shows with topics, obviously other great videos like that. I also want to see exclusive videos like Mike and my live show with topics. Obviously, you also want to see other great. Obviously, you also want to see other great exclusive videos like Mike and my show with topics. Obviously, other great video content like that as well. Obviously, I really appreciate if you would subscribe because again, it absolutely massively helps the channel out, and I really would appreciate the support. It helps the channel keep going, improve, get better, so it keeps going. And obviously, because one, and also, guys, you know what? I want to give massive thanks to everybody for letting me, to tell some of my best and worst Goodison Park memories. Because again, it's something I've been really thinking of doing. I thought something was like, we're not work, you know what I mean? And like that wouldn't work. Would not work with it. People say piss out, not piss. No, I think not piss gun, but listen, okay. Listen, do bother throwing then. It means I just trying to say the better word for us. I thought, I thought no, B might take the mick out of it, whatever. You know what? I'd really appreciate you would, because again, I'd really appreciate you would leave comments. Because I'd really love to know your thoughts. You're interested. Not interested. Not that's what we're that interested. Not just gone, but obviously I'm interested what your memories of Goodison Park, because I've got better than I have, or. But yeah, obviously I'd love to know obviously your thoughts as well. Oh yes, that's welcome. You know what? I'd really appreciate it. You would share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter.com. And also get on any of your other socials as well, obviously something like that as well. And also, you know what? And also, yeah, and also don't forget as well, and also if you're new to the channel and you press the subscribe button, don't forget to press on the notifications button so you can hear about every single video I do the channel as well. So with that, don't forget, so okay, sorry, that's it. Sorry, don't forget. That's it. Don't forget. Obviously, sorry. Obviously, don't forget. Obviously, don't forget as well. Stuff like that as well. So with that, obviously, it's generally great, really. Obviously, don't forget to give a like, leave comments, as I said before. You can also follow me at twitter.com obviously you can also follow me at twitter.com at EFC TV. So yeah.